Tap up the screen for me. Take a deep breath. It's all right. Take a deep breath. It's all right. You're going to be just fine. You're welcome. All right, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. All right, guys, good night. Good night. I want to welcome you to my live. I'm sorry for being late. I thought that I would have made it in time to be ready for 9 o'clock. However, I wasn't able to make it for 9 o'clock. So let me just apologize for that. All right. We're gonna start. We're about to start, but let me just apologize for being late first and foremost. All right. So guys, go ahead, share the live, top up the live. Remember the live goal. And caller, you don't have to call your name. Okay, so this person would have inboxed me because you know that on my platform so I'm early for Jamaican England people I'm late for. Sorry either way. England people I'm late for. Sorry either way, guys. So you know that my platform, I open it up for persons. And it's called My Reality, My Truth. That's what we're having, right? So it's for anybody who can come and speak. The topic isn't going to be the same for everyone, but if you have an experience or if there's something that you want to talk about, something that you think someone can take a lesson from, whether it's a lesson, a blessing, whatever it is, and you want to share, then you can communicate with me for an interview, right? So I would have had an off-the-air interview with this caller, and I'm going to allow her now to take over. So go ahead, caller.
Okay, so I'm just here to share my experience leaving Jamaica to come to England. And for one, a lot of people think that when you leave Jamaica to go to a different country, it's all good, it's all good. A better word, not what Jamaican terminology. So to come to family, and we've heard the news over and over of how we come to family or friends and how we're treated. Now, I would never have dreamt that I would have experienced what I've experienced and is still experiencing somehow. So I came to England in 2021 with my daughter. I came on a settlement visa, which means my husband, which is the father of my child, he brought me here on a settlement visa. On the settlement visa, you get 2.5 years, and after the 2.5 years end, he has to apply for another 2.5 years for you, in order for you to get 5 years. So anyways, 2 months. First of all, this person is a British by birth, right? We met, we're having a relationship. I used to come to England like for 2-3 weeks, go back. He would come to Jamaica maybe once a year for 2 weeks and all of that. We had a child, so he decided to help me to come here because we have a child. So I came in 2021 with my child. 2 months after arriving here, I was sitting in the sofa exactly where I'm sitting tonight. And this man came up to me and he said, "Oh, I want to come in Jamaica terminology. I want to come in your face and your mouth." So I was like, "Whose face? Whose mouth?" Not surely not my face and my mouth. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, I think I made a mistake. You need to go back home," just like that. And
I want to make sure you said One night you're in the house and he says to you, I want to come in your face and your mouth. And you said, whose face, whose mouth? And he said, after you said that to him, he said, I think I made a mistake.
Yes, he said, oh, I think I made a mistake. Okay. You need to go back home. Oh. Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, I need to go back home. And he said, that's what makes me happy. So apparently, me not doing that is not going to make him happy. Right? No, I don't have a problem with people who do that, but to each his own. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. That's not my thing. And since then, everything has been different. No, I have a daughter for him. Since then, that man has never given me $1, a child. When all of this happened, I didn't even start working yet. I was fresh in the country. And you can just imagine the toll it took on me mentally. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, I left my job. I had a vehicle. I sold my vehicle in Jamaica. I gave away some of my stuff. All that. And man's telling me I have to go back home after 2 months. No, I can't go back home to tell my family members, so look here, I didn't give you this, never want it back. You understand? And all of that. So mentally it started to take a toll on me. But I never expected it would have even escalated to the level that it went. So over here, you have to apply that to the council. Like in Jamaica, we just go to a school and say, I'm interested for my daughter to go here or whatever.
Okay, stick a pin before you go any further. So you were in the country for 2 months when he said that to you, and then you didn't engage. You said that is not for you. To each is their own, but you're saying that isn't for you personally. Right. So after being in this country for 8 weeks and he tells you that's what he wants, he tells you that it's time for you to go back home.
Yeah.
Yes, this is in the UK. So he says it's time for you to go back home, right?
Yeah.
And you've only been in the country for 2 months. This would have been the longest you would have been in the country, right?
Yeah.
Because prior to this, you came for maybe 2 weeks and 3 weeks for a holiday. Do you have any family in the UK?
To be honest, I have family, I think, over in Coventry, but I don't really know them and they don't really know me.
So you don't have any family in the UK? So you don't?
I have one cousin nearby me, which he tried to help me out somewhat. Yeah.
Okay, continue. Mm-hmm. I just have to ask questions to make sure that we're on the same page. Go ahead.
Right. Mm-hmm. So now I didn't know how to get my daughter in a school. I don't know anything about England. Now, so in order to get a job, you need proof of address and all of those things. I don't know how to do all of this. This man said I have to go home because I'm not doing what makes him happy. So he's not helping me to get proof of address. I have to register with the GP. He's not helping me. Now, my cousin, I told her they were trying to help me. My cousin, his wife and I talk. So I called her and I said, this is what is happening. I don't know what to do. And she is the one who was trying now to tell me, okay, we need to go apply for a learner's license. If you have a learner's license, then you have an address. Okay. You understand? So you can apply for the GP. She was the one, when the council write me to say your daughter needs to be in school by this date. And I said to this man, well, they said, my daughter should be in school by this date. He said, why do you need to put her in a school and you need to take her back home? Oh. He was had a man that we need to go home here. So I had to call my cousin's wife again, and she was the one who came, took me to the school because I had no clue where the school is. Took me to the school, registered her. Then it was time to buy uniform. This man wasn't looking at me anymore. I had to go online in Jamaica, like I had onto my Jamaican credit card, which I came with, and that is what I used to buy uniform and food and whatever it took for my daughter and I to survive.
And this is his child, correct?
His child.
This is his child. You're registering.
I want to warn people about. When I met this man, he told me he had one son. Coming to this country, I'm learning this man have about 7 different children. But every time the man and woman break up, it's like he and the child break up. He doesn't have anything to do with the child. Okay, so this is his child. Mm-hmm. You're registering her for school, and he said to you, why are you registering her? You need to take her back to Jamaica with you. And this child is a British citizen because even though she was born in Jamaica, she got an automatic citizenship
Because her dad is a British citizen.
So she has a British passport.
So she's a British passport. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that when you met him and you were dating, he told you that he had one child?
Yes, one son.
So one son. So upon coming to the UK now, you've come to discover that he has 7 children.
Yes, who is not involved in their lives. The only life he's involved in is the one son that he told me about.
Okay. All right. Continue.
So, yeah, I got my daughter enrolled in school. I didn't have a job. I have a best friend in Jamaica, so I reached out to my best friend. I was telling her what was happening. Her baby father has a best friend who has a sister here who has a business place. So they called their sister, and then I woke up, and that was how I got a job. Now, I couldn't work full time because my daughter as a child was never taken the bus in Jamaica, more or less, and a brand new country. She's not used to. So I had to be working part-time, in order to take her to school. So I used to go to stand at the gate, because with the school over here, you should understand, they're not opening the gate until a certain time. So school opened 8:30, they're not opening the gates until 8:30. So I used to stand there, and as soon as the school gate opened and she goes in, then I run to catch the bus. I would have to leave work by 2 o'clock to get back to her school to pick her up before. And this man is there and is not helping me whatsoever. Then, in order to work longer hours now, I had to, at one point, I checked out what I call the homework clubs. Right, so I had to enroll in a homework club, which was now charging me £540 to be exact, per month, in order to pick her up just after school, keep her at the homework club, and drop her home, and then drop her home at 6 o'clock. By then I would be there at the house. And this was told on me financially, because to pay £500, you understand me?
Yeah, so pay £500 a month, yeah.
Right, just to pick her up. Not even to bring her to school, just to pick her up.
And he's home?
Yes.
Does he work?
Honestly, I don't even know.
You don't know?
All the time that I've known him and I've been coming here, he was working. He's an electrical engineer. But since I came into this country, I've not seen him go to work.
So he's home, but he refuses to pick up the child from school. So you're having to now juggle any job that you can get in order to pay the additional money to pick her up from school so that you can work extra hours. Because in England, the hours make up your pay, basically.
Right.
Okay.
So then one day I just had to look at her and I said, listen, you need to pull up your big girl panties. This is what we're going to do. And I tell her, take bus. This is the number of bus you take, because me and I take the bus every morning. And I take her to school gate every morning. You understand me? So I'm saying, look here, you're going to come back to this bus stop. You're going to think, I said, can you do it? She said, yes. I said, are you sure? She said, yes. And trust me, the very first day, I was sweating my life out. And then she was managed, and that is how I had to stop paying the £540, because I had to tell her, listen, you need to help me out here. You understand? I know it's hard for you or whatever. And she's been doing it, and I must say, I'm really, really proud of her. Yeah. Being a child was never taking the bus in Jamaica. But it's kind of hard for you to be lost here, because the bus, they'll do every bus stop.
Every bus stop, the bus talks back to you.
Right. So it's kind of hard to be lost, but I'm still scared of her traveling alone.
On her own. Like that. How old is this child?
She's 12 now.
She's 12 now.
10. Yeah. She came in 10.
So you took the bus with her every morning, and then you coached her. You coached her and told her how to get back home.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Well done. So you're making her independent in a sense.
Right.
Okay.
And then that is now how I started to work full time. I started to work full time now. Since then, this is another thing. I think in the same December that I had enrolled her in school, he came to me one day and he asked me for her passport. And he said he was applying for child benefits, because over here you can do child benefits. So since then he's been collecting child benefits, and he's never given me $1 from that child benefits. I've never asked him either, because at the end of the day, I'm just telling myself, this is my child. I have to do what I have to do. Now, He tells me he wants us out of his house, and every chance he gets, he tells me to come out of his house. He calls me every name in the book. He calls me a bitch. He calls me a clown. I come home. I'm not lying. I used to find myself on the bus, crying, tears running down my face on the bus. I come off the bus and I'm walking up the street to come to the house, and tears running down my face because I'm like, no matter how hard Jamaica is, I was fine. I could go to work, I could drive my car to work, I'd go home back, and I'd be happy. But I'm in a place where every single thing is a problem. If I'm watching the TV, it's a problem because I'm a type of person who likes to watch reality shows. And he would come down, are you watching this? Are you watching this? Why would I have the TV on if I'm not watching it?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And then he would switch the thing. And there's another thing. He's so passionate about slavery. And I think he's a modern day slave. I don't know. That's my opinion. And he would want more switch the TV to something about slavery or something like that. You understand? Which I'm not really, not that I don't have not that I'm not compassionate about slavery, but I'm not going to live the rest of my life just focusing on that.
On slavery, absolutely. Right. I understand.
I can remember I was doing a course at work for special education and needs children, and I came home and I was talking about it, and he was like, oh, do you know the history of special needs in this country? And then he went to find some documentary that tell about when the people that would come here, and you know, when they came from Jamaica back in the days, we know in Jamaica what we know as pipe. Over here they call it a tap. So they were saying that when they put a test paper and they give the children like test papers and they see the tap, they would put pipe, but they would know they're deeming these children as special needs children, but it was like a culture barrier. You understand? But yeah, I do understand, but because I'm doing a course in special needs, you think it's important for me to watch that. Why? I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested. You understand? The thing is a problem too. So you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You feel like you're walking on eggshells in the house. Now, he doesn't buy grocery for my daughter and I, but if I buy grocery, he's going to eat it. If I cook that food, he's going to eat it.
So he's in the house with you. You're not allowed to watch what you want to watch on the TV. He doesn't buy groceries in the house. But if you cook, he eats. Dr. Stephanie is asking, if you are the main provider for the child, why is he collecting the benefit? I think I know why, but I want you to answer.
Because I'm here on a visa, I'm not allowed to do that.
You don't, no recourse to government funds.
Right. My visa states no recourse to public funds.
Mm-hmm,
so
public funds.
I can't collect it. I can't get no help from the government. So he's collecting it.
So he's the one collecting it because your thing states no recourse to public funds, yes?
Right.
So, okay, Dr. Stephanie, that's the reason why the husband is collecting the money and not her.
Right.
Hi, sis. Mm-hmm. Continue there.
So, yes, I'm doing everything for my daughter financially when it comes to school, food, a trip, anything. I'm doing everything totally for her. He doesn't help me, and the only time he's interested in is when we're leaving. The man went as far as I was at work one day, and he texted me and he said, oh, I'm buying 2 tickets for you guys to go home. So I ignored him, and by the time I leave work the evening, the man sent 2 tickets, and I thought,
hold up. So you're at work and he said to you, wait, you're at work. He contacts you and let you know that he is buying you and your daughter 2 tickets to head home to Jamaica.
Yes.
You ignored the message. By the time you get home, there are 2 tickets on your phone. By the time you leave work.
Because at my work, I'm not allowed to use my phone during work. So I only have my phone at lunchtime. So lunchtime, I saw the message. I said, I'm going to buy you 2 tickets. I ignore the message. When I leave work and I pick up my phone, there was the 2 tickets.
So he doesn't buy food. He doesn't contribute to your upkeep or your child's upkeep. But he had enough money to buy 2 tickets to Jamaica.
He has money, in my opinion, because he told me at first he's going to give me £2,000 to go back home.
He wants to pay you. Take the 2,000 pounds, my love, and drop on your foot. Go down and warm my face. I'm going to report him for domestic abuse and take the 2,000 pounds.
I said, what, Tim? What am I to do with 2,000 pounds? And then he said, back to me another day, and he said, I'll give you 5,000 pounds to go back home.
Tell him I want 10 and report him and go to home office. Go to home office and for domestic abuse. It doesn't have to be physical. When I say abuse, it doesn't have to be physical. But
no, because I have spoken to some people, I was telling you earlier today, when things were getting to me. And no matter how hard this in Jamaica is, I've never reached a point where I think I might have been depressed. But this country almost brought me there. And I must say, there was a point when there's a song that says "Shattered but not broken."
Yes, yes.
I used to play that song every single day and I would keep going to work, and that song kind of kept me.
Yes.
I used to be going down the road and I have my earpods in my ears and all I'm wounded, but time would heal. And that song kept me every single day. And one day I was at work and I said to one of my girlfriends, I said, "Listen, this is happening to me. I don't know how I can cope." And she said to me, because she's new in the country too like me, and she said, "I'm going to talk to my sister because my sister has been here a while." And then she came back the next day and she said, "Your sister said, call your GP and tell them you're depressed," and whatever. And then I called the GP and I told them, and then they put me onto this agency, and I'm working with the agency. I'm still working with them now. They sent me on, they have helped me to understand, because in Jamaica, even though we know there are different forms of abuse, we just mostly look on the kick down and the back down and then someday.
Yes, look at the mental strain or the psychological part of it.
Him not helping me financially, it's financial abuse. I didn't know the book, if I put on some makeup, I paint my face like a clown. If I put in extension in my ear, I have the whole in there on my head.
When him say if you put on makeup, him say you look like clown. If you put on little hair,
I paint my face like a clown.
You paint your face like a clown. And if you do if you put in and if you get your hair done, he says you have the whole of India on your head.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I can remember in December, after this month, we go home, and everything. In December, we had, basically because to prevent the arguments, I don't do my makeup, I don't do my hair, whatever, you understand? So in December, we had staff dinner, and I decided that I'm going to fix it myself.
Yes, of course, you're going to fix up yourself.
In Jamaica, I'm that type of person. So I went and I did my lashes, and I didn't do the one that they put on, the one that they call the fusion.
Fusion, yes.
Right, so I went, and you didn't see me the Saturday. I did it the Saturday, and when I came home, I got dressed, and then I left back out to the dinner. You didn't see me the Saturday. And I think the Sunday he saw me and he said, "Are you wearing lashes?" And I said, "Yeah." "Why?" And he said, "Are you wearing lashes?" And I said, "Yes." And he just turned away. "I can't even look at you. I can't even look at you." I was like, "Okay." In my mind, I didn't say it all, but it was in my mind. I was like, "Okay." And then the Monday, I went to work. I don't think he said anything to me the Monday. The Tuesday, I was at work and I got a text, and all the messages that he sent me, I still have them on my phone. And the Tuesday, he texted me and he said, "Take off those unsightly eyelashes before you get here." I remember, this is a man with him, I forgot the yard, "Take off those unsightly eyelashes before you get here." So I ignored the message. And when I came in the Tuesday, he saw me and he said, "Did you get my message?" "Turn what?" And I said, "Nothing." And he said, oh, you know what? I don't want anything to eat and I'm going out. And I said, "Okay." So anyways, we just eat and bed and got my bed. And then the Wednesday, that was a Tuesday. And the Wednesday, I came in and I said to my daughter, "Ask your father if he wants anything to eat." Because when I lied to you, my family in Jamaica, my friends in Jamaica, they told me not to give, they wouldn't give him anything to eat. And I said to them, my mother always ever saying that people either want condemnation, so I would give it to him still if I cook. You understand? So I said to my daughter, "Ask your father if he wants to eat." And he said yes. So anyway, I shared it out. I was in the kitchen stand up eating, and he came down and he saw me. He saw that I was still in the eyelash. And he pushed the food away and he said, I lost my appetite. And then he said, listen, it is apparently how do you love those that want me? And I was like, huh?
You were breaking up, so let me repeat for you. So he came home, he didn't want the food because you had on the eyelashes, and he said it's obvious that you love those eyelashes more than you love him, right?
Right.
So is it that you guys live in the same house, right?
Yes, I am still living in his house that he wants me out of.
So are you two in a relationship at all?
No, my daughter and I share a room. My daughter and I share a bedroom.
So it's not as if you guys are still intimate.
No, we're not intimate any at all. And remember, this man keeps telling me to get out of his house. So why are you still trying to control what I do?
Yeah, so why is the eyelashes so important?
Exactly, because this thing is control. It likes control.
Have you been documenting all that has been taking place with dates and time?
Yeah, because when he sent me these messages, and I normally send them to my lawyer, because I had a lawyer that was helping me, that I was given to me. They told me to find these people I was working with. Yeah. And so yeah, when he said, it's obvious that you love these eyelashes more than you love me, and I said, excuse me. And I was about to say something. He punched the countertop and he said, shut up, shut the fuck up and listen to me. I was like, okay, am I your child or whatever?
But has he ever put his hand on you?
No, not yet, and I hope not, but not yet, no. But he gets really aggressive in talking, and even my daughter, I remember, I think him trying to get to me, because I'm telling the truth. First time when it just started happening, I used to get more flustered. I used to cry a lot more, and it used to affect me. And I'm telling you the truth, I'm growing. And I don't know, even the people that are working, I guess, they're not 10 weeks domestic session thing. And it has really helped me. And no, I think he's trying to trigger me through my daughter. I came home several times and she said, Mom, Dad calls me a fucking idiot. And one day I was coming through the door, I was opening the door, and I heard him call him a fucking idiot. And I said something to nobody, and he said, oh, I never tell anybody that I was a perfect father. That is his response. As you know, I told you he doesn't like extensions, so I braid my hair, my daughter's hair, and she was in the kitchen. And you know, as children, they flash their hair. And she said he told her that if she had made the hair touch him, she would have to call the police on him.
So he threatened your daughter with violence because you braided her hair. She flashed her hair, as any child would. You know, even big woman do it, like a flash with a weave. And he said to her, if she had allowed that hair to touch him, she would have had to call the police on him.
Yes.
And this is him speaking to his 12-year-old daughter.
12-year-old daughter, yes.
Okay.
And there was another time she came to me and she said, I don't know what he was upset about. I don't know if it was because I never gave him some food. I don't know, because I was upstairs one day. I didn't go to work, so I was up there all day, and I came down. I had some KFC in the kitchen, and I said to my daughter, are you going to have a KFC? And she said, yes. And I said, okay. So I scrambled 2 eggs in the evening, and I went back upstairs with the eggs and 2 slices of bread. And then she came and she said, Mom, Dad asked me if I was making something in the kitchen, and I told him, no, it was you. And he said, oh, your mother's really a bitch. So the only thing I can think of is probably because I never met nothing to give to eat. But then you're going to tell the child that your mother is really a bitch.
So he speaks ill of you. Hi, Big Sis. So he speaks ill of you in front of your child also. He tells your daughter these things?
Yes.
Is this a repetitive thing? Was it a one-off situation?
Repetitive, because remember, he's called her fucking idiot multiple times. He's told her that if you're touching, she would have to call the police.
No, I know that he speaks ill.
He calls me a bitch in front of her. He was talking to me and called me a bitch, and she was sitting right there in the room.
When he punched the table, was the child present? Was your daughter present?
No, she wasn't in the kitchen, no.
Oh, she wasn't in the kitchen.
I was talking to friends recently because, I have a friend in Jamaica, and I told them about what's happening. And then one night I was in the room and he came in there. My friend was on the phone and he was like, are you on the phone? And I said, no. And when he started to talk, and when he finished and he left, my friend said to me, are you sure he doesn't have mental health issues?
Mm.
My friend said that to me, and then the other day again, about 2 weeks ago, when he came inside, and he said, "Oh, 2 weeks ago, he said to me, if we don't leave this house by the end of May, he's going to sell the house." My friend was on the phone, and he said that, and my daughter was in the room.
That if you don't get out of his house by May, he was going to sell the house basically with you and your daughter still in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is a man I have done absolutely nothing to. I can swear my daughter's life. I've done nothing.
No, don't swear in your daughter's life.
Apart from telling this man, I'm not into, because one of the things that he said, he believes women should be submissive.
He believes that women should be submissive. Let me say something on that. In order for my men who are watching this, in order for women to be submissive, they must have something to submit to. You can't be a jellyback man. Thank you, sis. Thank you. You can't be a jellyback man and ask for submission. In order for women to submit, there must be something for them to submit to. All right? In order for a female to be gentle, you must know how to be strong. In order for the female to be gentle, she has to feel safe. She has to feel heard. She has to feel valued. When a woman feels safe, heard, valued, they will absolutely submit, and you will get a gentle and loving woman. If a woman is facing hardship and she's in a relationship, not as a partner, then she feels as if she wears the pants. That's when you get an aggressive woman, because she now looks at you as her woman. You're no longer the man, because she has to wear the pants in her life. If you want a woman to submit, give her something to submit to. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah. So,
yes,
it's just a challenge, you know. Mm-hmm. There are days when he does. My daughter, she's not really a food child.
Yeah.
She eats, right? So, you know, when I'm at work, there are days when I leave work late, so I make sure she has her little stuff like nuggets and so. She uses the air fryer. But I've come home one day and him just pick out the air fryer drawer, and you don't see it.
Sorry, that's so petty. So the air fryer drawer, I'm turning off the. I'm coming to that next.
Yeah.
So because he doesn't want the little girl,
trying to annoy us. I think he's just trying to annoy me.
So he took out the air fryer drawer so that his daughter can't make chicken nuggets.
Right.
All right. Why is it that I had to call you straight instead of being able to get me on the live?
Because he turned off his Wi-Fi, and it's not the first he's done it.
The man turned off his Wi-Fi from community. This is called my reality, my truth. That's what I'm going to name this session. My reality, my truth. The man turned off his Wi-Fi.
Now, like 3 weeks ago, my daughter brought the paper home from school for a trip.
Mm-hmm.
£16 for the trip. No, I'm telling you, the school that my daughter goes, I don't know, you know that since they don't buy books and so over here, but uniform expensive.
Yes, uniform is very expensive.
My daughter goes to a Catholic school, and for why reason, I don't know why I see them school uniforms are expensive. One of her blazer cost me £60, just one blazer.
England school uniform is expensive, very.
Right. So in buying her uniforms and her PE kit, I spent over £600 just for uniform and PE kit. And then I had to get her shoes and her sneakers and all of that, because shoes and whatever. And I've been doing all of this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
All of this I'm doing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting lunch money on her car and her, we call it, the school account every week
mm-hmm.
for her to get lunch. I'm doing this by myself. And remember, this man getting 100 and some pounds from the government every month here, and I'm doing this by myself. So she bought him a paper about 3 weeks ago for a school trip, and it was £16. But I said to her, go to your father and ask him if you can get £20 to pay for a trip. And she came back and she said to me, he said he can only give her £10. I need to find the other 10.
So the trip is £16.
Okay,
So the trip is £16. You told your daughter, go and ask your dad for 20 pounds for the trip, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he tells the child, I can give you 10 pounds. Go and ask your mother for the other 10.
Yeah.
So you are the sole provider for this child. He collects benefit for this child, but he doesn't give you any money of it. You are the sole provider of this child. And the one time that the child comes to him for money, he wants to go 50-50?
Yes, on 20 pounds.
On 20 pounds, that's about 4,000, 3,900 Jamaican dollars? Okay.
So I told her to tell him it's okay. I don't need it. I'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You will figure it out, right? Yeah, I wouldn't take it either. It come like when, yeah, I wouldn't take it either.
Yeah.
So continue.
Yeah, it's just a lot. And I just want people to understand that when you leave Jamaica to come to a foreign country, trust me, it's not a better role. And especially like me, would have friends or family. Sometimes I wish I just had a friend, even if it's just to go out and have a drink. Because my thing is that even in my situation, I'm not the type of person to give up on myself. So I just go to work and come back in here. And to tell you, oh, the house has a living room and everything, but I just come home, go into the shower. If I want something in the kitchen to eat, I eat it, and I go straight upstairs. It's like I'm just confined to the bedroom. Just avoid this person. And
have you reported him?
Well, my lawyer took out what is called a non-molestation order against him now.
So you have spoken to someone about it. So, yes. Guys, she went to her GP. She told her GP that she is depressed, right?
Yeah.
She told her GP. She told her GP that she is depressed. You have a solicitor, correct?
Yeah.
So your solicitor is now acting on your behalf to try and secure you your what's that thing?
I don't want so much about it because he doesn't know any about that.
Okay, well, all right, cut off at a good thing. You never come from the live then. Okay, go on.
Yeah, he doesn't know what is happening in relation to that. And I want to keep it that way.
Okay. So I won't ask you any question where that is concerned.
Yeah.
Somebody said, the money now move normal, locking off Wi-Fi, emotionally unstable, watching what you eat, tight with money. That man is not a bed of roses. So it's not foreign that's not a bed of roses, it's the man that's not a bed of roses.
It's not about me, it's about the child. A child who has never done anything to you. Even if you feel I need to do something, which I know I'm going to do, but even if you feel I'm going to do something, your child.
Absolutely. He's spiting the child.
Yeah, you're spiting the child to spite me.
So he's spiting your baby.
Yeah.
And why are you sharing? Why are you sharing? Why you contacted me? You said you wanted to share your story.
Yeah, because I was listening to one of the stories. This person called Matthew, and persons were judging her and saying, but I just want people to understand that people do struggle abroad. And let me tell you, I believe I would never be hungry in Jamaica, and I hear not to say it too. Because guess what? Your neighbor going to give you some ackee, they're going to give you a breadfruit, and all that. You see over here, people are antisocial. People pass you on the streets, they don't say hi. People die in England every day and start to rot in their house before somebody smell or the postman go there and smell. That not happen in Jamaica for fun. Because if your neighbor don't see you for half of the day, they might check out what's wrong with you. Over in this country, it's very antisocial. I am here, and trust me, I believe if I wasn't born in Jamaica, but I have a mental breakdown. But I believe that, the struggles in our life, struggles we never face, that Jamaica prepare for it. That is my belief.
So you want to share to make others aware?
Yeah. To make others aware that don't bring down our country, because trust me, the amount of homeless people you see in England, you would never believe on the street. And I heard you say it too on the live. You never see a stray dog on the road, not a stray post.
No.
But you see people on the street every day.
Every day.
Sleeping in the cold.
Every day you see people.
But me never see a stray dog from come here.
Never, you never see no brownie, Bruno or no brownie.
No, I've never seen a stray dog.
Mm-mm.
As a matter of fact, we see dogs selling about 12 feet.
Yeah, you see dog in a coffee shop or order, they tell them how much milk they want in them latte.
Yeah.
You will never see a stray dog up at this.
Jamaica, you can come from abroad, you can make life, but yeah, if you have support, it's good. But me come here and don't have a friend and don't have
No black
nobody.
mouth. Somebody said no black mouth. Sorry, I guess I didn't name of the dog that.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. You understand? And if I never born in Jamaica and grew up in Jamaica, not even the born, grew up in Jamaica, but I have a mental breakdown. You know, in Jamaica, it's like you were never allowed to be depressed as a child. If they're depressed, then tell us that because you have too much free time. Tell them
yes, I'm bored, you're bored. Yeah,
you
bored,
have too much free time for your hand. So we were never allowed to depress. So mentally, you cannot prepare for certain things already. You know, so you cannot allow to go into that zone.
So how are you doing now?
To be honest, I am not 100 because one of the worst things to be alone. I can tell you that because when you're alone, it's like when everything comes back to you. So if I find myself alone, I'm going to call my family in Jamaica. I'm going to call my friends. I want somebody to take my mind off what is happening because everything is going to start flooding back. I'm going to start crying. And somewhat, I kind of blame myself because I was like, I shouldn't have come here. Right? And maybe if I didn't have my daughter, I would have gone back. But my daughter doesn't want to leave England.
The baby doesn't want to leave. So you're saying when you're at your alone time, when you're at your quiet time, that's the time that you break.
Yes. And I'm talking to you now. I swear, there was a time I couldn't talk to you without crying. Yeah, and I didn't know I was talking to you at some point, but I mean, I couldn't have told you my full story without breaking down. I know I'm growing. You understand? It's still hard. Because even this morning, him come ask me. I could show you a picture now when take down the curtain in the house because I was a dream and I said, if I'm asking this morning when believe it, and I said, I don't know. Him start pulling the cover down in the kitchen and take out the oven.
Wait, you said the man took down the picture frames. He said he took down the curtains out of the house and started pulling down the cupboards in the kitchen?
Yes.
You have to be careful of this man. You have to be very, very, very careful of this man. What he's trying to do. What he's trying to do, he's trying to intimidate you, but he knows that you have so much rights. That's why he wants you to volunteer to leave.
Because one time I said to him, just throw my stuff out because I know he can't do that.
He wants you to volunteer to leave because he knows, based on the situation, you have a lot of rights.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why he wants you to, he wants you to get fed up and then he can say, you were the one that vacated the matrimonial home.
Oh yes. And the other thing, he wants me to do a divorce. He does not want to apply for the divorce.
He wants you to apply. Exactly. That proves my point.
Not only that, he does not want the divorce to be done in England. He wants me to do the divorce in Jamaica.
Because I'm assuming you don't have a prenup.
No.
And you said that he has money, right?
Well, I am assuming because if you can have a 5,000 go back home, you have it.
Don't it?
Yes.
And you said that he's what type of engineer is he?
Electrical.
He's an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
He doesn't want his pocket to hurt. Have you ever thought about child support?
Yes, but the thing is, I'm just trying to be smart because while I'm in this house, I don't want to trigger anymore.
You don't want to do anything to trigger him. You need a safe space to go before you can really before you can really, start to make the move that you need to move.
Right. But at this point, I won't be able to do that because, rent is expensive and I won't be able to pay rent and take care of my daughter and myself like that. So I am just trying to figure myself out before I start to do anything drastic. You understand?
Because if you volunteer to leave, then it's as if you give up your rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and remember, you're married. Someone said you're married, so you have all the cards. He knows that you have rights.
He knows, I know.
He's born, his parents are Jamaican. He was born in the UK.
He's forcing me to go back to Jamaica. That's why he's forcing me to go there and wait to go buy a ticket without my ticket. Offering me £5,000 to go back home because he knows I have rights.
Yes, you have rights, and he knows it. So that's the reason why he's trying to back you in that corner. So you said you've been documenting everything with the date, times, all the incidents, right? By now you should have a diary. Are you documenting all of the abuse? Hello? Hello? Yes, are you documenting all the abuse?
Yes. Whatever happens, I talk to the support worker. Mm-hmm. When something happened, I would call her and tell her.
When he shouts and stuff like that, do you record it?
Well, sometimes I try to record, but these things are spontaneous. So it's not like I'm planning for it. You understand me? If I'm in the room and I hear him, not only when I know it's going to come in, I'll activate the recording on my phone. But sometimes it's just it's just sporadic. So we can plan feet, you understand? So I can't do it at the time. But I have some recordings, yeah.
Have you ever, since you've been to your GP and tell them that, have you gone back to them since and tell them that possibly that your mental state has gotten worse?
No, because I really don't understand the system until my friend told me that.
I think you should. I think your mental state has gotten worse, and I think you're becoming severely depressed. And I think you should tell that to your GP.
They put me on to the people in Women's Aid, and the lady, she works with me, and if she don't hear from me for a while, she calls me to find out what is happening.
So I think you should go and let your GP know that you're severely depressed and the situation is dire and it's getting worse and worse each day, and you're now having anxiety and panic attacks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you need to go back to your GP and go into detail, Listen to me now. Go into a lot of detail about how you're straining mentally.
Yeah, but remember, they just going to put you onto they just put you onto the agencies. Because remember, the GP put you onto the agency, and I'm working with the agency that they put me on. I have a support worker here. Mm-hmm. She checks up on me. Yeah, she checks up on me to find out what is happening. If she don't hear from me in like 2 weeks, she'll be calling me to find out what is happening. And how things are going.
Yes, and remember to tell this woman support group that you're traumatized. Thank you, Lady Million. Remember to tell them that you're traumatized from this experience.
Yeah.
Remember to tell them that you're extremely traumatized from this experience and you just don't know where to turn at this point.
Yeah.
Okay? Remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's sharing her stories, guys. She's sharing her story, guys, because she heard someone else shared their story and she wanted to come out and just share. I don't want to say her story. She wanted to share her reality and what she knows to be truth, right? So it's like giving a voice, using the platform to give a voice. You don't know who you're encouraging. By coming forward, you might get some advice that somebody else can piggyback off of that advice, right?
Yeah.
And you just never know what's going to come forward. Yes, Mona, I'll message you, right? Now, I know persons that know people that we can say to them, please go and watch this video, listen to this person, and is there any advice that you can offer, or can you tell her the avenues that she's supposed to go through? Because when we come to a foreign country, we don't know the ins and outs of the system, because when you're born in a Jamaica, you grew in a Jamaica, we don't have them kind of system here. If a man tell you if you come out time house, just you better just cut. You don't have the rights like what you have in England. If in a Jamaica, if a man said to you, say, cut, if you see a man start pull on a cover them, you better lift up. If you see a man say, may I take out the drought or the air fryer, you better cut. If you value up, you better cut. In England, there are systems, there are support groups, there are, there are so much avenues that are available, because you have the system of going through the GP.
Yeah, but there's some things you still can't access, because even like, something with housing, I can't access housing.
Yeah, you can't access it yet.
Certain things, because
you can't access it yet.
To public funds.
Yes, you don't have recourse to public funds, so you can't access it yet, right? But you might be able to access it sooner than you think, because this country, they emphasize on mental health. When it comes on to mental health, they are very serious. We are very serious when it comes on to mental health. You understand? Yeah. So there are avenues available, and I'm sure there's somebody else hearing this that might be going something similar, maybe not the same, and she's pushing through. You can push through too. And if the situation gets a little bit too much, just convince yourself to go through one more day. Yeah. And then the next day, you convince yourself to go through one more day until you find yourself out of that situation. Until you find yourself out of that situation. I see somebody send me a request. Is it that you want to come on the live? Moderators, do you have access to the guest list on the live? Okay, they unsend it. Boy, I wish me did have your problem when I got here. Your situation straightforward. Oh, yes, there are avenues for you to go through, and persons, you can inbox me with any advice that you want to pass on to our caller. Whatever you want, whatever advice, and I mean, when I say advice, I'm talking about avenues. I'm talking about services that she can access. That's what I'm speaking about. If you have any advice about the services, the system, stuff like that to help her case, then you're welcome to send me a message, and I will pass that message on to her, right? And I will pass that message on to her. Legal advice, that is what I'm seeking. I am seeking legal advice. If anybody have any other advice other than legal advice, you can type it in the comment section. You can type it in the comment section now, but what I'm looking for is legal advice, avenues, and so on that can help her case, and her daughter's case. That is the advice that I'm seeking, no other advice, all right? If you have any advice, put it in the comments.
For my daughter, I'm more worried about her because she's a little girl who doesn't talk. She doesn't talk. Yeah, and things will happen and I'll answer. Okay, that's it.
How do you think this is affecting your daughter mentally?
I don't know, because she doesn't talk, and if I ask her anything, she just says, "Mom, I'm okay."
Have you thought about getting her someone to speak to?
I actually spoke to the same support, the lady from my support worker, and she said she was going to have some young people group thingy. They're going to reach out to
Yes, you have a group called the Young People Shop, stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah, she's gonna let them reach out to her. I really don't know. Yeah, she doesn't talk. At least she doesn't talk to me.
Have you spoken to her GP?
In relation to her, no, I haven't spoken to her GP.
I think you should speak to her GP as well. I think you should speak to her GP as well about concerns for her mental health, because at this age, you don't want her bottling up anything. One of the saddest things I think I saw today was a 10-year-old vaping. He was about 9 or 10 years old and he was vaping. And in this country, let me tell you something, I can speak from experience. Pitney, we climb all the tree and go smoke and go follow them friend, go smoke right in at the school grounds, and that's where it starts from. So contact the GP and speak to the GP and let the GP know that
emotions. She don't cry. She don't show emotions.
That's not healthy. You have a child that's emotionally shutting down. If she's not unable to express at the age of 12, at the tender age of 12, if she's unable to express what she's feeling, that's unhealthy. That's sending her to have long-term issues in her future. So now is the time to teach her healthy coping skills. Right? You have to teach her health.
Is that a good girl that she used to, because you see, I always say I live by the old people saying, because when I live with me, I two different stuff. She was a little girl when we were back home. If I be sting her, she would cry for her father. And I thought, sometimes it used to make me feel a way still coming. I said, me and I the year, you see, father like 2 weeks, 4 weeks a year, 2 weeks over the 2 weeks in the year. But every time you cry for him, you understand? Mm-hmm. If I am here and she has her toys on the ground and I would say, pick them up. He would say, come, let me help you pick them up. So he's telling her a different thing. Mm-hmm. If I say you can't do something, you would tell her she can do it. Mm-hmm. And then now he's showing her something totally different.
You must show her bad face.
Fucking idiot is coming or whatever. Yeah. So I think that might be affecting her, even though she's not talking about it, because it's not up. She's just a mommy, I'm okay.
And she probably knows, even though you've sat her down and explained certain things to her, it's probably she probably knows more than you think. So now is the time for her to learn about healthy coping mechanisms.
And I think remember when we just
healthy coping skills. I'm sorry.
When I just started working one day, I came in and she said, "Mom, I went into the living room and I saw Dad looking at naked woman on the computer." And then he started getting mad at me.
Your daughter told you that she saw Dad looking at naked pictures on the computer, and then he got angry with her?
Yeah, I guess because she walked into the living room, so he started getting angry.
Yeah, you need to run to the GP right now. You need to run to the GP right now and get your child into counseling. Because especially, let me tell you about little girls who love their fathers, and a lot of little girls idolize their father. He's gonna be the one to teach her how a man is supposed to treat her. So you need to run to the GP, get her the counseling that she needs, right? And when you get her the counseling that she needs, you're gonna teach. Then she's gonna learn about healthy coping skills, learning to express her emotions, right? And stuff like that. My brother I kept Zuki Wagwan and learning to express what it is that she's feeling and not bottling up, because you said that she doesn't cry, she doesn't speak. That is a recipe for disaster.
One thing though, she's gonna tell me something happens. So
no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Telling you something happened.
I'm sure about.
No, telling you if something happened, that's what I'm talking about. If she's deeply hurting, deeply hurting, right? Yeah. What will happen is then you will start getting calls from school, because she's going into high school. You don't want to get the call to hear that she started as a sweet girl and now she's acting out. She's now become very chatty at school. Then you hear that she's in the wrong crowd. That's because certain things were not dealt with in the initial stages. You understand? So you go to the GP You go to the GP, you speak about it, and you start getting counseling for her. Get her into a safe space that she can talk about what it is that she's feeling. It might be painful at first. It might lock her off at first, but eventually there will be a little hole, and through that little hole, some light will shine into her darkness, and she will be able to start expressing herself. Look here, Sasha, you need an office. And what kind of office me need, Mona? You understand me?
Yeah.
Yes, you need to get the child into counseling immediately. 12-year-old, that she's at a tender age. She's I me tell her England a country will broke out your pitney.
True.
Yeah, man. They don't have to mention the part about that because, you know, somebody, Dr. Stephanie is saying if she mentioned that the father is looking at nudes, they will remove the child. So I don't know about that part, but I can't speak on that part, but because maybe I don't know if he would have known she was there, or you know, oh, Dr. Stephanie, you work in social services. Hey, be a people that want for me live in one thing, you know, me tell you something. Hey, my TikTok community and my YouTube community, no DBDB, you know, I be a lion doctor over here. I want a lion doctor. Them could have be lion doctor because I be a bright people over here, you know. Because when I look on the comment them on TikTok and I look on the comment them on YouTube, I be a bright spark over here, you know. No, me love on a bright so. No, be a bright spark over here. My viewers, them, yes, Mona. My viewers are informed and educated. Yes, my love. My viewers, them informed and educated. Yes, my love. When I talk about the things, them. So yes, if she mentions that the dad is looking at nudity, she could possibly be removed, as what Dr. Stephanie is saying. All right, but nobody think about that. I not going on. I say if you got a GP, and
But you know, actually, I spoke to a social worker, and that's the thing, because one of the same support worker there put me into a social worker. She met with me, and she spoke with me, my daughter, and she said she was going to go to the school to talk to her by herself and all of that. But it's been over 4 months, and I haven't heard back from her. My daughter haven't seen her.
Social workers are overpaid and underpaid, overworked and underpaid. All right. So there's a high need for social workers in this country, and there is a high need for. Oh, she's a psychologist. Go on, Dr. Stephanie. What? Go on, girl. So there is a lot of social workers have a lot on their caseload, and them still not free up, them still not lighten the school fee, you know. £17,500 for my school fee. When I forget it from a year. £17,500 a year for me to go and do it. When I forget it from, but some of them have a lot on their caseload. They have a lot on their caseload.
Yeah.
So sometimes they really don't, some of them don't follow up. They're not able to follow up.
Yeah.
They're not able to follow up some of the time. So get to your GP.
Yeah, well.
Dr. Stephanie, what me do? Get to your GP. Tell your GP that
I'm concerned about it.
You're concerned about your child because, yes, she's not talking and you feel as if she's, you know, breaking down emotionally or something like that. Say something along that line, and then you get your child the help that she needs. But she needs the help, all right?
Yeah.
And do it in tears. You know how for cowball?
Right.
You know how for cowball?
I'll try.
You know for cowball? We can cowball on this live right now. You know for cowball? You know, if you call back like, oh, no, you don't have to do that, you know. You just make your voice start tremble a little bit.
Yeah.
And you just make your voice start tremble a little bit. And then when your voice start tremble a little bit now, you tell him, say, you just need to catch your breath. It's so overwhelming, like you just need to catch your breath because you're at a space right now, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn. You understand? And then you just take a deep sigh and you sigh out loud. You go, I know I don't mean to bring you in this, but I know you possibly don't understand. But as a mother, you know, you go down into that little tone and you start to speak soft. You know, going there, you know, you're going there soft and you get emotional and you pull upon them heartstring. That is how you're really cowball. Cowball, I mean, you cowball loud. You can talk soft, man, and you're just overwhelmed. And you just being in the office right now, you're asking them to open a window because it's as if you're getting short of breath. You feel a panic attack coming on when you think about them. Yeah, man, I saw you do it. So Dad, if you need me to coach you, if you need me to coach you, I will coach you.
Okay.
You understand? But take your baby to the GP. Take your baby to the GP. Somebody say you must feel better than when you come on. Carly, you feel better than when you come on the live?
Yes, I do.
You feel better since you come on?
Yes, I actually do, yeah.
You feel a little lighter?
Yeah.
And that's what our community is about, babies. It's about releasing. You don't have to face it alone. We have an entire community right here, so where we can face it together. And I want to thank you guys in the comment section for being so kind. I haven't seen any negative comments. I don't know if I work my moderator, then I work hard, but I haven't seen any bad comments. So I want to thank you in the comment section for being so kind and being so uplifting. This is a safe space. Thank you, Tanya Angelat. This is a safe space, right? It's not always going to be, not all stories are going to be sad or overwhelming. Some people might come give one story time. We're going to make the wall we kin people and papa like skin over and laugh, right? We might get some of those stories, but it is a safe space for people to come and tell their truth. Tell their truth. It's not for us to decide to twist and turn and dissect. And that we do over here, so it's just a safe space for people to come and tell their truth. Not true.
Yeah.
And she says she feels better now than when she had just come on the live. Because when she come on the live, she did deep sigh and my ear a kind of giggle and make a little laugh. No, you understand what I say? So that's our community. It's a safe space, my babies. Okay, and thank you all for being so kind and lovely. Young lady, if your lawyer isn't working for you, my sister is a great immigration lawyer, but she is in Birmingham.
Oh.
Okay, I don't want you to talk out on the live where you located, but you can, there's that comment for you. Someone's sister. I be a people and this hear me say people my lawyer and doctor and this a family having lawyer and doctor master. This is that family having lawyer and doctor over YouTube with the people. Hello. Well, her sister is a great immigration lawyer, and you can, like I said, guys, whatever legal advice you have, send it to me. Send it to me, and I will pass on your legal advice to our lovely caller. Because we have to come together, we have to be with brother keeper, we have to be with brother and with sister keeper. Yeah. You understand me? Yeah, man, I see she smile and she nice now. Not true?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Caller, is there anything else you want to go before we wrap up?
No, just saying thanks for everybody for listening to my story. And as you said, I haven't seen the comments, but to be nice in the comments. Yeah, because I was worried when I came on, people judge people.
And they get blocked.
Okay.
And the fastest them get black over here, so my moderator them don't ramp. Call us someone Living Purpose on YouTube is sending you a hug.
Thank you.
No man, when you come on this platform, you're safe, guys. You're safe. You get blocked. Quick. My moderator them no ramp. Black. Fast. Mm-hmm. So you said finish your sentence. Sorry, I cut you off.
Thanks to everyone for listening to my story, and thanks for not judging me. I'm not the best parent in the world. I try, and in my situation, I don't do the best way, but I'm just trying to cope the best way I can. So just thanks, and thank you also for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't leave yet. YouTube family, join me on TikTok. I'm heading over here now. Big up on yourself. You know what I always say. My YouTube community, you've known me for a while. Live good, walk good, wherever the opportunity presents itself to do an act of kindness. Take advantage of that opportunity because you never know the blessing you're leaving your recipient with. I want to thank Dr. Stephanie for joining us. LC, Living on Purpose, thank you for joining us. My sis, Carlene, my big brother, Zuki, Kenzie, anybody else who typed? I'm just looking for all who typed. Okay, those are the names I see. Guys, Yvonne, thank you guys so much for joining our stream. Big up in a nice, clean, always stay a good self. I'm going to end my YouTube stream. Bye, babies. Wait. I'm going to skip the idea. Don't skip the idea. Make the idea run off first before I end the stream. Now, watch you look at advert them on YouTube, you know. Watch you look at them on YouTube, man. Don't skip them here. You want to get in touch with this lady? Let me put my number in the chat. So just grab this number same time, guys. 4177320. That's the number in the chat. No, watch a little ads there, no. Just watch a little ads here, do. Yeah, no, but enough skip it. The ads done, let me see. Almost 20 more seconds. You guys then must like, share, and watch your ads. YouTube family will come back bigger and better. Not true? Yeah. I'm not going to be so lazy anymore. But we have a pin comment. God is going to turn around the situation that they meant for evil will be, I'm guessing, gonna turn out good, right? Thank you to whoever wrote that.
Yeah, thank you for the comment.
Yeah, thank you to whoever wrote that comment about turning around for good. Thank you.